Climate change is undeniable and we're seeing its effects every day. Now, hundreds of South Africans are joining the Spekboom challenge. The so-called wonder plant has been praised for its ability to absorb more carbon dioxide than other plants. So let's discuss this with garden guru Sue, both from the garden shop. Sue, thank you for joining us. Spekboom, or as you probably call it, what's it, Portulacaria afra. Tell us why it's such a magical plant.
Well, first of all, yes, good morning, and I'm glad to be here. Spekboom or Portulacaria afra is really a great plant because, as you've mentioned, it actually has the ability to process huge amounts of carbon dioxide. Now, if you think of a mature Spekboom, which can reach between 3 and 5 meters, that can process about 4 to 8 kilograms of carbon dioxide per year. Now, in terms of a gas, 4 to 8 kilograms is a lot of carbon dioxide. So, yes, that's the one point about it. The other thing, what makes it such a remarkable plant is the fact that it is actually, it helps erosion because it sort of binds the soil, and it will also grow as a pioneer plant in disturbed areas. So it's great for planting there. It actually absorbs very little nutrients out of the soil, while it gives back a lot of nutrients into the soil, sort of paving the way for plants that aren't that sort of robust to then grow in areas. And then it's got nutritional benefits in terms of food for cattle and wild stock, as well as for humans. And then it's got loads of medicinal properties on top of all of that too.
Okay, so we all clearly need to have one of those. And it's good to look at as well. It's beautiful. So is it easy to plant? How do we access this? What should we be doing?
Well, I think the challenge is out there for us to plant as many Spekboom as possible. If you can plant it on your sidewalk, if you can plant it at your house, if you can put one in a pot in your bedroom, for instance, do that. The more Spekboom we can get out of there or get out there, the more we can really help the environment. And it is so easy to grow. You can grow them from cuttings. If you put them in a little bit of gravelly soil, they will root quite easily. The garden centres, they all have them available. And once you've got one plant, it's quite easy to actually then, as I say, make cuttings from these plants. And not only is it a very beneficial plant, it also looks fantastic in your garden. People sometimes use it for bonsais. It's great for hedging. It's great for mass planting. It needs very little care, very little water.
See, that really appeals to me because as much as I'd love to have green fingers, I don't think it's my forte. And schools, I guess it's something that you'd want schools to take up and educate the kids about.
Yes, a lot of schools have already taken up the challenge, and they've been planting Spekboom at their schools. The kids have been growing it at their houses and then bringing it to schools. The schools have been selling it, as has other organizations. Early last year, we partnered with our Rescue Institute on the Homemakers Fair, and they were cultivating little Spekboom, which we then sold on the Homemakers Fair for them, and the proceeds of that then went to our Rescue Institute. So it's not only benefiting the environment in one way, it's sort of benefiting the environment in a big way. And apart from that, when they flower, it's beneficial for the insects, for bees. You just can't stop about the good points of this plant.
I love it. It makes me so happy. Sue, thank you very much for that. I'm going to go out today and buy it. Thank you. Coming up